Welcome to Real Movers, where we have the opportunity to speak to and listen to the real movers in the Cambodian business community. This is our second episode, and I'm fortunate again to interview an old friend of mine, Mr. Ngorn Saing, who is the CEO and country manager of one of the biggest investors in the country, RMA Asia. Welcome, Saing. Thank you very much for doing
Anthony,
this.
and nice to see you, old friend.
Let's really just start about RMA Asia. You have a history in the country since 1992, which really a focus, I believe, in the beginning on infrastructure and logistics. And gradually, the company grew into other areas such as automotive, agriculture, heavy equipment, warehousing solutions, financial sector, and also now a rental of cars and food franchising. We all know Pizza Company, we all know Ford, but can you give us a little idea of RMA's history in the country?
Okay, so yes, you're right. We start business in 1992, mostly in the logistic business at that time. Just to give you a background a bit, so the group itself moving along with the movement of the United Nations at that time. So when Cambodia had the United Nations coming here, UNTAC at that time, so we start the business to serve that UN movement. We did the same thing in other countries also, but just mentioned here in Cambodia. So we start in the logistics. After that, we see the opportunity to grow in the power, in the infrastructure, construction, because the country just start moving from the Khmer Rouge at that time, and then after the UN period, we see also the opportunity in the country, so we extend business to other business as well. Until today, we have over 4,000 people employed by us. Just go by a bit, we start with a few people, a few business, so now we have over 4,000 people. Our turnover is over $500 million. We have business in automotive. So automotive, we have Ford, Range Rover, Jaguar, Chang'an is the Chinese brand, new brand, Fuso, a truck. And then we have in agriculture, John Deere tractor, harvester. We have in the construction on the Fuso dealer, the JCB, and cement mixing machine Ajak from India. And also we extend our to rental business. So we got the franchise for every and budget in the country. So we can say the biggest rental business in Cambodia. We have car, we have other equipment. So we do rent all the equipment as well. Also, I think we the leading food franchise in the country here. And also we have construction related to M&E and also other material in construction. And lately we have the move also to hotel business. So we have FCC hotel in Siem Reap, one of the best hotel in the country.
You mentioned an amazing number of brands that are some of world renowned, especially as we say Ford and John Deere and some of the other bigger brands you mentioned. What is attracting international brands to you, RMA Asia, in Cambodia?
First, ourselves, we believe in the, a trusted partner that would believe it. And those famous international brand is trusted to us. So that's why we pursue them, we follow them. And on the other hand, we know the market very well since 1992, as you just said now. We have the strong structure, strong networking, good reputation in the market. That's why also we get those international brands.
The owners behind RMA Asia are Americans. American investment in Cambodia is still not really at, I would say, a major stage. Cambodia 32 years ago would have been an interesting place to invest. It would have been a little bit risky at that time. I think less risky now. We're promoting investment, especially American investment through the American Chamber of Commerce, Europe through the European Chamber of Commerce, and Australia and so forth is promoting investment into Cambodia. What 32 years ago the two brothers, the Whitcraft brothers, decided to say, I'm going to invest in Cambodia. What did they see that others didn't see at the time?
Yeah, I said first we follow the movement of the United States that they move, so we can see that their opportunity will happen in those countries. So that the first one we move, follow them, and also we can see the stability of the country in terms of politics, in terms of the investment policy changing, regulation framework, so we can see that change. And also economically, we see the country is start growing, moving to a next level. So that's why we do invest in the country here. If we're talking about the American business in the country, probably not many American business here. We one of the biggest one, probably with Coca-Cola. Recently, in last 2 years, so everyone know that we invest over $20 million for the assembly plant of Ford in Posat. Is a lot of questions why we do in Posat, because it lie in nowhere. But we think differently. First, it is a strategic location in the middle of the country. The second, we don't really grow in the capital. We also want to grow in the rural area. Even we face some difficulty on staff, on location, on transportation, but we did decide on that, and I think we lead in terms of moving to some kind of the area and have the community grow in those areas as well.
Globally, a supply chain shift away from China into some of the other ASEAN countries, and that will bring a lot of opportunity to countries like Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand, where supply chains will shift and it will be more certain for the global distribution system.
Yeah,
Cambodia needs to take advantage of this. I think one of the positive things you mentioned is that there was the $20 million investment by RMA with the Ford assembly plant, which will bring jobs, hundreds of jobs. It will also upskill the workforce. So you're really a first mover in this degree. Do you see more companies investing in Cambodia to doing higher skilled labor manufacturing as the supply chain shifts?
We start the business, I mean the assembly plant, a real assembly plant. So we have a challenge, but we do upgrade our staff knowledge. So internally here in Cambodia, and also we send them outside of Cambodia. We grow that. We also make other business thinking about Cambodia. So with our investment, we have many inquiry from other business that they want to come along with us. They want to do the business to produce some accessory that can supply to us in the country.
Cambodia has zero unemployment, and it's really challenging for businesses to keep their employees. You have to build loyalty with employees. You've been with the company since 1998.
Correct.
Which is 26 years.
My first job.
Your first and only job.
My first job.
You were a lecturer before as well. I believe you were a teacher. And I find that CEOs that start out in companies and stay a long time and go up the career ladder and promoted and eventually become CEOs or upper management really are the ones that institute great policies in their company. What did RMA do to keep you 26 years, and what have you done now as CEO to give back the same to employees in RMA?
First, be honest, we build a very friendly environment, working environment, family working environment, and also we grow, as you're talking about the career path. So we grow the people. So we not just employ the people for the benefit, but we want to make sure that they can perform the work, they can have experience, and even my quote say, even we want them, they go out, they can work, and it's true. If in the marketing in Cambodia, if they recruit the staff and they know that staff from RMA, I believe 100% it pass, because the way that we treat the people, the way that we lead the people, the way that we grow the people, the way that we train the people is like that. And all the people have the same perception.
Saying that, if I was
Yeah.
a graduate or in another company was looking to move, I'd want to work from RMA.
Yeah.
So what do you look for in people when you are evaluating whether they could work for RMA?
So the first criteria that we only look for fresh graduate is high score. For me, experience always the last one. So we look at attitude is the most important, potential to grow, and commitment. If you have these three, even they have less experience, because experienced people can learn, if they want or they have the motivate to learn it, they can move very fast.
In April of 2020, again, as a first mover, early starter,
Yeah.
you issued a bond,
Yeah.
80 billion Khmer Riel
Yeah,
at
20
a
million,
5.5% coupon, 20,
Yeah.
20 million US dollars, that's listed on the Cambodia Stock Exchange.
Correct.
You were one of the first companies to do so. What made you decide to list a bond rather than go to the bank market instead?
We want first to have the Cambodian financial market as well. We want this sector to grow. Secondly, we want our company to deliver to be a listed company. Also, another one is on the marketing side. So financing, have the financial market security to make sure that we have in place all the structure policy. So this is what we think about.
What does Cambodia need to do to encourage or persuade, probably a better word, more companies to borrow through the capital markets or through bonds and to get capital through equity through the capital markets?
Yeah.
What is holding back companies from listing?
The first one is about, the compliance. So their main constraint is their own compliance. So lots of things that they need to be done inside. So lots of companies, they cannot fulfill that one. So in order to improve that one, I think the government, especially on the Ministry of Economic Finance or the SECC, they need to thinking about, the harmonize of the system that can be used in business and the tax. For example, accounting standard, it is there, but we need to do the same thing. Also in the policy, some policy have been mentioned with SECC, but when you go to tax department, they don't have that policy yet. The second problem, most of the bond or stock listed, they require security, and the one who do well is from ADB, CGIF. So a lot of companies that not be qualified by this criteria. So government should have their own guarantee entity that have a look on that, especially for the small and medium sized enterprise that the local business they want to grow the business, but they cannot find the funds. Another problem also not really advantage is you talking about the coupon rate for 5.5%. It look good, but actually there are lots of expense behind that. So make it up not cheap, not really cheap. So
the listing expenses.
Yeah. So the cost of the listing have to go down as well. Be easy if let's say for us, if we go to the bank, we may get cheaper than bond, but we don't do that. What I mean, government or any involved institute have to look at the cost of bond issuing as well.
What have you seen so far, and what do you believe holds the future? Now that we have a young prime minister with a new cabinet, if you were to sort of make some suggestions or recommendations, what would they be?
Whatever the policy, with the new government and what he commit to do for the country, quite hopeful. So we quite happy with that one. His leadership is quite sharp, quite good, and I can see that he focus on how to find the problem, to solve the problem rather than find the problem in the past. So look at what should we do to do better? For me, myself, I do believe, on the new government, on the new leadership of the Prime Minister that can bring Cambodia to a next level, bring the business in Cambodia to a next level, and probably open more market, attract more investors to come into the country.
I want to thank you for being a guest on Real Movers. You are a real mover in the business community.
Thank you,
Thank you. And this is only our second episode, but it's been amazing so far how much I've learned doing this program and the great guests that we've had. RMA, please continue to invest in the country.
They do.
Thank you very much for being on our
thank you,
program.
Anthony. Thank you so much. Yeah.